Now call the September 1st, 2025 meeting to order at 6:45. Chair would entertain a motion for the approval of claims.
Your Honor, we would make a motion for consideration of claims paid in the amount of $1,279,956.04. Manual checks in the amount of $5,424.76. Payroll and liability in the amount of $202,949.99 for a total of $1,488,330.79.
Second.
Are there amendments? I'm sorry. We need to call vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any amendments or discussion of the claims?
The amount for $772,879.45. High Country Construction. What's that?
Your Honor, this is the third payment to High Country Construction for the Riverton water supply pressure zone valve that is being constructed out off of Riverview and on the Mountain Creek subdivision. We're about halfway through payment on the project at this point.
Then I've got one more. There's Invert Miller for $33,433.20. What is that one?
Your Honor, that is the payment for the vital remediation study at the landfill, and it was budgeted this year in our capital project. We budgeted $30,000 for that project.
Okay. Do we have the results yet?
Your Honor, I'm going to defer that to Kyle Field.
We have Mr. Irv, Your Honor, and Councilman. Sorry. We have a preliminary study, and this pilot phase will continue on through the spring and into next year as well. So we can share that preliminary study with you. We had a number of tree species fail and survive. We had some that did thrive. And so we're getting the information we need for the pilot study in order to do a better full-blown implementation.
So you're saying that the study will continue on through the fall, not the spring, but the fall, and into the winter, and then back to the spring again?
Correct. Yeah, so I skip the fall, but we'll go through the fall, into next spring, and then observe next summer as well.
And so we're determining species of trees that best survive there, or that wick the bad guys out of the ground.
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there anything additional the committee needs to review or discuss? Tony, Mia?
Your Honor, we have nothing.
Thank you. That being said, meeting's adjourned at 6:48.
Here we go. I now call the September 1, 2020 regular meeting of the Riverton City Council to order at 7 p.m. Councilwoman Schatza will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll give us invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our dear kind Heavenly Father, we're grateful for the opportunity to meet this evening in City Council, and we're grateful for the opportunity to represent the citizens of Riverton, and we ask Thy Spirit be with us so we might make wise choices, we might listen to the suggestions that are put forth from our citizens, and that we might be able to make Riverton the very best place that it can be for us to live in. We're thankful for Thy Spirit and for Thy guidance. We ask You to watch over our military, especially our policemen, as they do their jobs. We're grateful to have them, grateful for our military and for their strong support. We're grateful for the opportunity to live in this land of freedom. And we recognize thy hand in those things. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Would the city clerk please please conduct a roll call?
Yes, Your Honor. Councilwoman Carla Borders.
Here.
Councilman Tim Hancock.
Here.
Councilman Mike Bailey.
Here.
Councilwoman Rebecca Schatza.
Here.
Councilman Kyle Larson.
Here.
Councilman Corey Rhoda.
Here.
Mayor Richard Gard.
Here. The chair would entertain a motion to, no, we won't. I declare a quorum is present. The chair would entertain a motion for the approval of the agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
Councilwoman Schatza has a motion, and Councilwoman Borders has the second. Any further council discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Communication from the floor. Anyone in the audience wishing to address the council regarding an item that is scheduled for a public hearing will be given the opportunity to speak during that public hearing. Anyone wishing to address the council on another item may speak now. I would ask those individuals who wish to address the council at this time to approach the podium and to identify yourself for the record. Seeing none, would the city clerk please read the consent agenda items by title only?
Yes, Your Honor. Approval of the minutes, August 18th, 2020, regular council meeting. Approval of the minutes, August 25th, 2020, council work session. Approval of the minutes, September 1st, 2020, Finance Committee meeting. Approval of the Finance Committee recommendations for September 1st, 2020, and a re-subdivision for the Knapp subdivision, lots 1 and 2, petitioners Eric Raymond and Sid and Colette Miller.
Thank you. Are there any items that need further discussion?
Your Honor,
Yes.
the Finance Committee met earlier this evening and agreed to pay consideration of claims to be paid in the amount of $1,279,956.04. Manual checks in the amount of $5,424.76. Payroll and liabilities in the amount of $202,949.99, for a total of $1,488,330.79.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Rhoda has the motion. Councilwoman Schatza has the second. Council discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. Public hearing consideration of fireworks permit application, Riverton High School. City Clerk's report, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mayor and Council, before you tonight for your consideration is the annual fireworks permit application submitted by the Riverton High School Activities Director seeking approval to detonate a cannon at the Riverton High School home football games. The conditions of the permit have been completed, the proper fee has been paid, the letter of recommendation from the fire chief has been received, and proper notice to the public has been advertised. Mr. Miller is also in attendance tonight at the public hearing as required by City Code. Based on the information provided through the application process, staff recommends approval of the fireworks permit application as presented. Thank you.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Borders and a second by Councilwoman Schatza. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. I now declare a public hearing open. Public hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes with other applicable laws. I would ask those individuals wishing to address the council to approach the podium and identify yourself for the record. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak? Seeing none, the chair would ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Schatza has the motion. Councilman Bailey has the second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion passed. I now declare the public hearing closed. The chair would entertain a motion to approve the fireworks permit application for the Riverton High School.
So moved.
Second.
I have to turn the page. Councilman Rhoda has the motion. Councilwoman Schatza has the second. Any further discussion? I just want us to score a little bit more than we did up in Powell. Is that possible? Super. I would appreciate that. I'm in favor. Anyone, everyone that's in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Say nay. Motion passes. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys, I appreciate it. The school appreciates it, the kids do.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good evening.
Consideration of ordinance number 20-005, third and final reading for the Riverton Municipal Code, Chapter 17, Commercial Highway, CH zoning. Would the city clerk please read ordinance number 20-005 by title only?
Yes, Your Honor. Proposed ordinance number 20-005 on third and final reading. An ordinance amending Title 17 zoning to revise Chapter 17.64 Commercial District CH, Section 17.64.030 General Requirements of the Riverton Municipal Code, and repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict therewith, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number 20-005 on third reading.
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Schatza has the motion and Councilman Bailey has the second. Further discussion? Would the city clerk please conduct roll call vote?
Yes, Your Honor. Councilwoman Carla Borders.
Yay.
Councilman Tim Hancock.
Yes.
Councilman Mike Bailey.
Aye.
Councilwoman Rebecca Schatza.
Aye.
Councilman Kyle Larson.
Yes.
Councilman Corey Rhoda.
Aye.
Mayor Richard Gard.
Yes. Motion passes. Consideration of ordinance number 2006, third and final reading of the Riverton Municipal Code, Chapter 6, Subdivisions. Would the city clerk please read ordinance number 20-006 by title only?
Yes, Your Honor. Proposed ordinance number 20-006 on third and final reading. An ordinance amending Title 16 Subdivisions, Chapter 16.20 Improvements, Section 16.20.030 required prior to the issuance of certificate of occupancy, subsection C of the Riverton Municipal Code, and repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict therewith, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number 20-006 on third reading.
So moved.
Second?
Councilwoman Schatza has the motion, and Councilman Rhoda has the second. Any discussion?
Your Honor, I do just want to clarify, it is the second reading?
Third and final.
Third and final.
Oh, okay. I just misread, I guess. Okay, I apologize.
Would the city clerk please conduct a roll call vote?
Yes, Your Honor. Councilwoman Carla Borders.
Yes.
Councilman Tim Hancock.
No.
Councilman Mike Bailey.
Aye.
Councilwoman Rebecca Schatza.
Aye.
Councilman Kyle Larson.
No.
Councilman Corey Rhoda.
Aye.
Mayor Richard Gard.
Yes. Motion passes. Resolution number 1422, establishment of the city Committee for the half-cent revenues. City Administrator's report, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. With the approval of the half-cent tax on the recent ballot, we have before us the opportunity to put together another committee, a little bit like our Force Committee. Resolution 1422 does exactly that. 1422 would establish the Evolve, Diversify, and Grow Our Economy, or EDGE committee. So to be clear, we'll have Fast, Force, and EDGE, where we're getting really good at naming these. But the EDGE committee would be, the intent of the EDGE committee would be to advise the mayor and council the same way that the Force does with the 1%, as to different applications and different potential projects. It operates pretty much exactly the same way. The committee is proposed to have 7 members with 2 alternates. We feel this is a manageable size for this committee, and we've learned from some of our other dealings in other committees that this is probably a pretty good overall size. The individuals would apply to the city, as usual, would be appointed by the mayor with the concurrence of council. Those the city administrator or the city administrator's designee would be the staff person. So just the same way that Kyle, our public works director, is the staff person to the Force Committee, so would I end up doing the same thing that Kyle does in that capacity. At present, we do not have any applications. Actually, I'm sorry, we've already had 1 sent in. We saw it the other day. We've had some other interests already. We have developed an application form, thank you very much, Megan, that is on our website that can be used. It's not just for that particular committee, but it can be used for all committees. Additionally, we would, if passed, we would begin to write the bylaws. We would use some of the existing forest bylaws and kind of fine tune those for this particular committee. The application for the particular projects for this committee is being developed, but until we can actually determine and kind of write out and delineate all the different options, it's kind of hard to do that entire application because we don't know everything that is going to be on it. So that's going to take a little bit more time, because currently we are working to determine exactly the different items that can be and how those monies can be used. And that sometimes seems simple, but it's not. You can talk about everything from revolving loan funds to offsetting costs for development, recruitment of businesses to the community, how that looks, what we can do. The intention isn't to determine what we should do, simply what can be done and how it can be done, so that committee can then work. As such, with the development of, we are proposing Resolution 1422 for Council's consideration. It is recommended to approve the resolution as presented. At this point, I've given you the general overview, and we would be happy to answer any questions once the motion is made. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Would the city clerk please read resolution number 1422 by title only?
Yes, Your Honor. Proposed resolution number 1422, a resolution establishing the Evolve, Diversify, and Grow Our Economy, or EDGE, committee to advise the mayor and city council on the use of the optional 0.5% excise tax revenues.
Thank you. The chair would entertain a motion to approve resolution number 1422.
So moved. Second.
Councilwoman Borders has the motion and Councilman Bailey has the second. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion passes. We're down to council committee reports and council member roundtable. Corey, could you start us off, please?
Yeah, Mayor. I'll be short and sweet. I actually do not really have anything to report this week. Yeah, I have nothing this week. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Kyle?
The road in front of my Sunset has come to a completion, and we are in the process of putting concrete valve perimeters or covers. Maple is thinking it's going to get completed, And the road from Federal to 16th is beautiful. Thank you. It appears that we've done very good engineering on that, and we have several courses of high-quality blacktop that I don't think the buses are going to be able to bust through real quickly. I think we've done the software that Kyle Butterfield has at his disposal has proven its worth by determining what needed to be done. The citizens in that area are a little tight, anxious, I should say, to get it completed. It's a bomb zone. And, I mean, for me to get to work, I had to drive to Walmart or to the other side of the town, but it's really a needed. And that money came from the 1%, and I cannot help but think that that same type of taxation will help this economy in Riverton. Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle. Rebecca.
Yes, Your Honor. The Community Engagement Committee volunteered this weekend to assist with the beef roundup. We were able to serve the dinner to those that had that VIP ticket. I just want to give a huge shout out to them for making that happen. It was really neat. There was 10, was it, Eric? 10 producers?
Your Honor, there was 8
producers,
yeah.
8 producers, and then the kitchen staff at the college prepared all of the dishes and then served the patrons there, and they were able to vote on their favorite, and it ended up being a producer from Cody, Wyoming that took it by quite a bit too. So it was really neat. But it was just awesome to see all those different producers come from around the state to Riverton to show off what they got. So that was really cool. And I'll definitely be there next year. We were talking about, well, how am I going to do this with a little baby? So we decided we're just going to put the baby under one of the tables, pull the tablecloth over, and then get to work. So we've got it all figured out. But it's definitely an event that it's just going to get bigger and bigger. So the Community Engagement Committee is also working on the Rendezvous Games, which will be on the 26th. So make sure you get your teams ready for that. Immediately following the Rendezvous Games, you can head over to Main Street and participate in the Fall Festival, which the Community Engagement Committee is also participating in. We're just going to be giving assignments and helping out that committee with wherever they need us. Other than that, Your Honor, that's all I have.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Councilman Bailey.
Yeah, well, this evening before the city council meeting, I had the pleasure of going down to the Riverton Country Club along with you and Tim, and we got to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the Wind River Job Corps Center being completed here in Riverton. So that was a really neat event. There's some new management up there. A new company took over the management. MTC will still be doing the operations, as I understand, with a new company doing the management administration part. So again, it's a great addition to our community, and again, I'm a huge supporter of vocational education and some of the wonderful things that they do up there, giving people the job skills to go on and lead a productive, quality life with a good education. And I think it's really important for us to support that. They just do a lot of good for the people of our community, and they bring in, kids from all over the place to partake in that. And so that was just awesome. And again, Beef Roundup was a great thing for the community. Again, brought a lot of people to the community. And I think, Riverton's becoming sort of the center hub for some of this, additional agricultural economy that we can develop here in Wyoming. I think it's another great thing for our economy to develop that aspect that's been here and improve our status in that area. So, thank you.
Thank you. Tim?
I actually had the chance to do both things that were mentioned and really enjoyed the Rendezvous Beef Roundup. What was the official title, Eric?
Rendezvous City Beef Roundup.
Rendezvous City. Okay, I knew I forgot one word. It was really a lot of fun. I actually was really quite proud of course, Mr. Carr, Mrs. Carr were very helpful in that and made that happen. And Tyler McCann who's a local beef producer, I just think it was great. It turned out very well. We had a lot of people that were there. I was talking to the producer from Cody, and he was discussing how, or I'm not, sorry, not him, there was one from Jackson, and he was talking about how helpful it had been for them to be talking together to come up with different ideas, different things to feed them, just different ways to do things. And so he really considered it helpful to be able to kind of get together and literally, I guess, rendezvous with some of the other beef producers for ideas and ways they can improve what they're doing. So I think it was awesome, very fun, and really good food. And I don't remember the name of the company, but one of the producers that was there, they actually did jerky and like beef sticks, and they sell them locally, like at Walmart.
Yeah, that's what they.
Which one was that? Wyoming something.
Wyoming Gourmet Meats.
I think that's what it was.
So.
And they were talking about how everything was just all, you know, they didn't have a lot of preservatives like that. Everything that was in their ingredients were things you could actually pronounce, which is a lot to say with jerky and with a beef stick, that kind of thing. So, and they sell it here at Walmart. You can go over there and buy it. So, I mean, I guess the reality is if you're somebody who likes to buy your jerky at Walmart, which I'm sure there's people that do, and I'd encourage you to go buy it there. It supports local companies, so I thought that was awesome. Also really enjoyed being at the 5th anniversary for the Job Corps. Dr. Benson is now the director over there at the Job Corps, and I just think that's great. They're wanting to get local people that are actually running that. Someone that I also know very well, Patty Granlund, is I think, third in the chain, I suppose, in terms of the center. So I'm really excited for what API, Alternative Perspectives Inc., I think is what it was. That's the new, they're kind of the contractor, and then MTC's the subcontractor. Really excited to see what they're doing there, and I think there's a lot of good energy there, and really enjoyed the performance by the Little Shield family over there. They did some native dances, and they also had a group that had done the flag ceremony, and they did excellent. It was a lot of fun to see that at the golf course, and got the sun that's kind of starting to set, and perfect weather for it. Other than that, I just was excited to see we have that new light at Major Avenue that's now working. It really makes that a lot easier as you're driving down on Main Street, and I'll tell you, I really enjoy not going so far down, like depths of the earth, when you're coming up out of Major to go across Main Street there. I think, again, kind of like Kyle was saying, however that was managed and whoever planned that so that we didn't have to bury our vehicles in order to have them resurrected on Main Street, I appreciated it. So, good work. Anyway, that's all I have.
Thank you. Carla?
Your Honor, I don't have a lot to report. Of course, the Finance Committee met earlier this evening. I believe the Solutions Committee meets next week. There's only one thing, and I hope I don't get emotional when I talk about this, but we had a big loss to our community last week, and I just want to publicly mention Ron Porter and everything that he's done for the kids, for our community. I was fortunate enough to have him for a neighbor for 10 years, and what a nice man, very nice family. So I just wanted to say that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Tony?
Thank you, Your Honor. As has been pointed out with the Rendezvous Games coming up on the 26th, as well as the Fall Harvest Festival, we're actually quite thankful. We get insurance for that every year as it's a city function. Our insurance company allowed us to just make those changes even after we locked things in and put it back on the 26th, so no additional costs. And that was appreciated for those companies to work with us, so they do deserve some kudos. We are securing or shouldn't say we, Kyle is securing a half-cent stencil for the 1-cent projects. This will lay at different parts along those routes. So any street that has been done with 1-cent monies, and then it'll be spray painted. That way, the public, as they look at the upcoming ballot issue, can say, okay, where have these things been? We have put out, Kyle and his team have developed very good maps for the years, so we have that. That's on our website, has been for a while. You can also see, again, where those projects are on a table, as well as the local, all the contractors that have been in there. And as you remember, with the exception of federal, all of them are Fremont County contractors. And so that's also very positive. Keeping in mind that while we cannot promote a particular item, we can educate. And that's important distinction. The purpose of the stencil is very much so to say, if you want to know where your money's being spent, here you go. Sometimes we do signs. Okay, those get a little cluttersome. It's kind of neat to see the stencil every once in a while. So we will be having that, and then we intend to share it with our neighboring communities as they do exactly the same thing. So looking forward to that. So if you see the big 5-foot half-cent or 1 cent on the street, it's intentional. It's not graffiti. It's very intentional. We have a work session planned for next week. We will be discussing fireworks, and we will be presenting to you a discussion on the logo, the options, and what we found with some of the input we have, and then either asking for direction or how we want to move forward. I would like to know if council would like to do that with the as there's 2 items, the 6 p.m. or the 7 p.m. Do you have a preference?
7's better for me, but I can make it work either way.
7, all right? Leave it at 7.
7 for me is better.
7 appears to be it.
Okay, we will do that. I am also, and finally, not finally, but I'm pleased to announce that we did receive paperwork today from SLIB. We were awarded just a hair shy of $75,000, which now we need to go provide additional documentation in order to make sure we get that and seek reimbursement for a lot of those. But that was a grant. We did manage to get a little bit. We didn't get the big items, but we did get some money, and I guess that's a positive thing. If it comes up that we're going to have other options, we'll be looking at those too. So we might be back to you saying, hey, can you please approve this grant? And actual final thing is, we discussed tonight with the passage of 1422, we're doing some research. We're trying to figure out the things that we can do. If you have any ideas about how, for economic development, or how something might work, or even a suggestion, something we can look at, we appreciate that question. I probably will not be able to answer it off the cuff, but it does, if you come up with something that we haven't thought of, then we can know what we can do. And it can become an option, or we can determine that it's not an option and be able to speak intelligently as to why. That's going to be important. We have a lot of time, relatively, between now and when that committee is able to start actually fielding applications for projects. You have to collect it, you have to collect the money and then distribute it after it's collected. So there's that. But at the same time, we have a lot of learning and a lot of questions to ask, a little bit of training to be doing. So anything you can do to help us, if it comes up now or in 3 weeks or a month or 2 months, great, please let us know. We appreciate it. Your Honor, I do not have anything else. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the half-cent committee that we put in place to pursue the half-cent, for the good work that they did and for all of the hard effort that they put in, for the fact that they picked their signs up. I see just a few scraggling signs around. If anybody sees them, would you please pick those signs up? We do really appreciate that tax passing. I also spent the morning over in the commissioner's chambers in Lander, and we're going to be able to work that out and get that MOU put together, I believe, in a timely basis. And I appreciate everybody that was involved with that. So thank you very much. I would also like to thank the airport board for their hard work, and also FAST. Today I was calculating the numbers. I had a number of 698, and Tony tells me the right number was 760. of employments last month. And so we're really, really pleased to have that airport come back online and to bring that in. We are getting that direct air flight once a day to Denver. It gets out early enough to catch the East Coast traffic and comes back in, and looks like that's really doing well for the coming months also, for the information that was out there. So I appreciate that. Tony was kind enough to sit in an FTAG meeting with me for last Thursday for 4 or so hours, and we went over a lot of important things, and the half-cent sales tax was one of those. Anyone that would like to participate in that, if you would please give us a call at City Hall or myself, we'll get you the application, and we'll look to form that committee as soon as possible. That committee, one thing about government is it really moves slow. And so we won't start collecting until actually April is what they tell us now instead of March. But the other thing that statute has us with is that we can't spend any money until we have it in hand. And so it's going to be a large sum of money, but it'll be a lot like the Force Committee. It will take a year's time or so to gather up a large sum of money to get after those projects. So we do need to form that committee, and we need those ideas on where and how we can spend those. And it is, just like we heard tonight out at the Job Corps, it's all about jobs. So how do we get jobs for Riverton, Wyoming? How do we bring people to Riverton, Wyoming so that they can raise their families and stay? I also had the opportunity this week to, I got a few phone calls and needed chief's assistance, and I appreciated him coming and getting me, and we went around and talked to the businesses, and I appreciate his effort. I really do appreciate the police's efforts for what they do. Talked to 2 business owners, and I got a phone call that was kind of interesting from the chief and an officer, and they said, well, Mayor, we've already tried to make that connection, and it's not working. Why don't you do it? And so I did, and it was a good conversation, and I think we can get those problems fixed also. So I appreciate that feedback and suggesting things that would work. So it's been mentioned that Job Corps has changed its leadership to a new job center, and we've got a local director. Couldn't have a better arrangement there. We really do have a good arrangement going. So I would encourage those people in the community, if you can use their services, please ask for an intern. The city uses them. I've used them in the past. They're a great asset. So see if we can't help them out up there. The other thing that we got done in the last week or so is we got our 56 permit approved. And that credit goes mostly to Tony. We've been adding up numbers for months, and we appreciate the help that we've been given there. And that hasn't been an easy thing to do. It's still not a work of art. We have to have some training that starts as early as tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we have to, when we do take an animal, we have to take a blood sample and send it in for wasting disease, and then we have to hold the animal until that report comes back, and then offer that for donation to the community. So if there's anybody out there listening that would be interested in receiving venison, they can either get it on the hoof or after it's processed, or almost anywhere along down that line. And so, once again, if you'd contact the city, we need a list of those people. If you have a desire to be one of the people that helps us take those animals, if you'd give me a call, my number's 851-1627. We would make sure that we get good, capable, qualified, trained shooters to do those things. I do appreciate that. The other negative that came through that permit was that we only get 2 months to take animals. We have been given the opportunity to take 50 animals. And so that probably the time slot has already started. And so it's probably not going to be that effective, and we'll see if we can work through that. And I would like to change that so it's not on top of hunting, and we'll see what we can do to get that moved around. That is going to be an opportunity for us. And I, like Councilman Hancock, am terribly thrilled with the new light on Main Street. And as I came to council tonight, I went that way just on purpose because it's such a pleasant opportunity to pull up there and have the light give us directions. And the concrete work is amazing. As I drove down Main Street at 6:30, they were still working. They were tearing out concrete on the north side, and they actually had a jackhammer on 8th and Main tearing out the south side. And so, pretty late in the evening, and trying to do their very best to maximize the daylight hours that they've got left before fall hits us.
They're out there at 5:30 in the morning as well, so they're out there when I go for my morning run, so they are putting work in.
They're doing a lot of work, and the other thing that's fun to go look at the approaches that they put in on the corners of the street, how deep they are. It's really going to help and enhance the Main Street of Riverton, and so I'm just really pleased with what they're doing, and I realize that it's getting late in the season and they may not get all the way back down Main Street, but it is going to look good when they're done. Sunset is an important street, an artery to us, and it's been difficult to live without it, but it's nice to have it fixed and back into service. And we have the opportunity to vote again this general election for the 1 cent. And they've put a pact together, and graciously ex-mayor of Lander, Dale McComey, has said that he would chair that. And I need to come up with an individual that would be interested to sit on that and aggressively help him promote that 1 cent tax. So anybody in the community that would like to do that, or anybody that we can force to do that, we would like to get that position filled as quickly as possible. Rebecca, what are you doing? Your hand go up?
No.
Oh, shucks. Corey, did your hand go up?
It jittered.
Okay, it's Kristen has to do it, right? All right. Well, we'll fill that, and we really do need that 1 cent money. And I think it's important for us to note those abilities to tax ourselves and to lift our own communities and to take care of the needs of our community is really important. And we've passed that 1 cent twice before, and it's really crucial that we do it again. And I appreciate the help that we get. And I think if you'll take a look at the city website and look at those contracts that have gone out, they've all gone to Fremont County businesses except for the federal project, which we had no control over. That was a state-controlled bid. And so I think that we've done a wonderful job over the last 8 years, and we've repaired a lot of asphalt and a lot of infrastructure. So I would like to thank the city crews. We do have some roads that are still open and under construction. Gannett is still tore up, and they're working really hard. I believe the water lines are in, sewer lines are in, and we're looking at surface now, aren't we? Super. So with all that said, I can't think, did we miss any of the construction sites that we need to mention?
Your Honor, we have the Riverton water supply going right now, and that's progressing very well. We're ahead of schedule, and the budget is right on where we want it to be right now.
Super, and we're right back at the Highway 26, aren't we? Starting to go under. So.
Yep, Your Honor, that is correct. We're going to start working to the west and connect back to the Rain Tree area.
Fabulous. They've done a good job with that. We appreciate it. If there's no executive session.
No, Your Honor.
We stand adjourned at 7:40.